Kratzig. Kratzig now. Again, just rolls it short and behind it for Alashbegovic. Square into midfield for Diabate. Diagonal ball towards the right side of the box. Header now for Beidou. Beidou little back heel towards Gitano. Cuts out from Buendia. Falls back for Gitano. Gitano shot blocked on the turn from Buendia. Kept in play on the byline by Luca Dean. Now Dean, short for Watkins, dropping deep. Back here now, real pressure on Hemmings. Hemmings played into trouble there. Gitano goes down. No free kick given in Gitano's favour. And not best pleases the Salzburg midfielder. And Hemmings did clip the ankle and a little shirt ball as well, so I can certainly understand the frustration there. That's for sure. And also the Peter Pan ball gets Hemmings in the box, but I think he hit Hemmings' arm, but certainly his arm was by his side, and Villa take the short goal kick. And now Ming spins and plays Buendia in a little bit of space midway in the Villa half. Now it's shifted to Dean, back inside to Buendia. Again, Villa still in space in attacking midfield. Now Buendia in the centre circle, pass cut out for Diabate, falls for Onana. Elliott rolls it to Sancho. Villa just under midway in the Salzburg half. Elliott has it inside right, pass cut out from Kratzig. Elliott fights to win it back. Elliott with a late challenge though, in the referee's eyes on Tim Truma. So that will be a free kick for Salzburg. And Elliott, yeah, just overstretched actually, Harvey Elliott. I thought the naked eye he did win the ball, that wasn't the case. So just have a look at the live table at the moment. So in Salzburg, if they were to score, they would currently be in 24th, but there's going to be a lot of twists and turns tonight, that's for sure. It is Salzburg in possession. Short there from Schlager into the feet of Schuster. Now Biestrup squares it to Gadu. Marco Gadu has to go all the way back to his goalkeeper, who's right hand side of his penalty area. Schlager squares it. Now Schuster. Villa starting to push up high, and then Schlager whips it away, left-footed, looking for Canate. Headed square though for Canate's opposite number, Sancho. And now Villa just behind the halfway line with Dean. Mings asking for it. Dean still deciding what to do with the ball, then does pass it to Mings just behind the centre circle. Mings left-footed, square for Lindelof. Now moved out to Bogard. Bogard plays it just over halfway. Now Sancho collects it. He's back in his own half, Sancho. Again links up with Bogard. Now Villa moving backwards once more. It's with Lindelof. Midway in the Villa half. Now Onana picks up in a little half space inside right. Now Bogard halfway to Onana. Onana plays it forwards. Little touch from Sancho. Tries to link up with Elliott and succeeds. Sancho just in front of the centre circle. Now squares it for Mings. Again, Salzburg being pushed back here. Just over 14 minutes on the clock. Villa 0, Salzburg 0. Dean again being forced back the pressure of Truma. And now Hemmings short for Sancho, just moves inside to give it to Bogard. Again, Salzburg trying to press Villa well. Lindelof in the centre circle. Now square for Mings. Little touch Hemmings. Hemmings takes heavy touch and a 50-50 with Biestrup. Now the ball loops up in the air and goes into the Villa crowd, and it will be given as a throw to Salzburg. And Truma to take the throw here. Truma, short throw, lifted from Biestrup. Flick on, cleared away from Mings, comes off Onana, kept in play from Dean on the halfway line. Now, again, good tackle comes for Truma, then cleared away from Dean. Down the left, Gadu letting the ball bounce. Watkins all over his back. Gadu, though, manages to just lay it back for Schlager to launch towards the centre circle. Ball bounces to Canate, comes off Canate's chest. Alashbegovic manages to pick the ball up, but the flag has gone up against Salzburg, I think. Offside against Karen Canate. Just over quarter hour gone it at Villa Park. Villa 0, Salzburg 0. Thomas Lech again. Certainly feeling the cold tight, got his woolly hat on. Arms folded, his navy blue jacket. Looks to be like a salmon coloured zip jump he's got on underneath. And now Bogard plays it back to Lindelof from the Villa free kick. Across to Emi Martinez, not straight to the feet of Martinez, but Martinez has back to time just to collect the ball in the edge of his box. Now brings it back into his area. Again, Martinez squares it to Lindelof. Now Lindelof right-footed. Bogard, Villa still deep inside the half. Bogard now down the right towards Sancho. Intercepted. Now Kratzig has it. And it was Schuster, the really good interception. Now Kratzig picks out Biestrup in the centre circle. Again, plays it to Schuster. Yannick Schuster just behind halfway now. Half turn from Mas Biestrup. Biestrup now finds the fit Canate in the forward line. No flag up against Canate now. The flag does go up against the Salzburg forward. So free kick played quick, clean, short from Lindelof to Mings. Mings strokes it back to Martinez inside the D. Hey, Martinez. Again, Salzburg have everyone stepped up higher, but again, A. Martinez likes to take his time, playing out from the back. Martinez still in the D, still deciding what he wants to do. Again, just drags it back into his area with his right foot, toying with Salzburg here, now squares it to Tara Mings. Mings just wrong foot, Beidou, and now Mings onto his left foot. Beidou put the pressure on. So short for Lindelof, Villa in the D. Lindelof again just taps it backwards to Martinez. And now Mings finds Dean and Phil to Hemmings. Hemmings holding off Biestrup. Hemmings takes heavy touch. Hemmings wins the 50-50, but then ball just cannons out of play. Again, Hemmings took the heavy touch and tackle between him and Trumer. Well, Hemmings made the challenge, just deflected off of Hemmings for throw. That was certainly a fierce challenge though for Hemmings and him and Trumer. Again, in that 50-50 with each other. And it was Trumer looked to hit it forward, so just cannoned off the right leg of George Hemmings. So actually it's been pulled back from the referee for a free kick to Aston Villa. Not quite sure what that was for. So Mings takes the free kick to Lindelof. Again, Canate trying to push up high. And it's a nice turn there from Bogart. And Nottingham Forest, by the way, leading by a goal to nil in their match against Ferencváros. So it's Onana, plays it forward to midfield. Elliott on the inside right, tackled from Kratzig. Now to pass Aleš Begovic, bit heavy one, but Trumer will keep it in play. Trumer now looking down the right, finds Biestrup. Mas Biestrup, can he go down line? Biestrup, was he fouled there from Dean? And the referee does give a free kick in Salzburg's favour. Salzburg, after a bright Villa start, settling into this contest now. It was good work from Biestrup just to skip away from Dean, and Dean just that late challenge. So free kick for Salzburg to take just behind halfway. By the way, Celtic 3-0 up against Utrecht. They're well on course now to get a playoff spot. Rangers already out the competition, leading in Porto by a goal to nil. Played over halfway from Gadu, but intercepted now for Hemmings. About 3 yards behind into Dean. Mings picks out Onana, midfield. Onana turns now, he's tackled from Beidou. Here comes Beidou dribbling to the box. Now a chance here for strike to be taken on. Beidou's shot blocked. And now cleared only far as a strike from Diabate saved. Bay Martinez has saved again from Canate. And Salzburg with their first efforts of the match. Terrific goalkeeping from A. Martinez, pulling off a string of saves in seconds. And that is why people consider him the best goalkeeper in the world. It was great work from Salzburg to stride forwards. Shot for Diabate inside the D, save from Martinez, parried it out. And it was great reflexes to deny Beidou. Fantastic goalkeeping. A. Martinez has to keep this one at goalless because Diabate struck it fiercely, the laces. A. Martinez palmed out, actually was Canate with the strike at the near post, which A. Martinez saved at the second attempt. Terrific goalkeeper now calling for Biestrup, and that's well collected there. Martinez at his near post, now can Villa get up the pitch quickly. But Martinez taking his time in the end, and not an overarm throw to Lucadine. Just over 20 minutes gone here in England's second city. Here's Villa 0, Salzburg 0. And now here come Villa with Lindelof. He's knocked it to Bogart. Bogart's over halfway. Bogart now looks to play it behind for Sancho. Cut out though for Kratzig. Aleš Begovic turns, now is Kratzig. Kratzig rolls it over halfway. It's a run down left from Beidou, but well fended off from Tyrone Mings. Now is Dean to Hemmings, being pressed here from Bistro. Just calmly strokes it to Dean. Dean looks over the top, that's overhit towards the path of Ollie Watkins. Just floats out to the left. It's just too high for Watkins. And rolled out from Schlager to Schuster. Now Diabate drops in between the two centre-backs. Now Gadu turns it to Diabate. Diabate now squares it for Schuster. Again, Villa trying to press. And then it's Schuster back into the feet of Schlager. Schlager places it towards his right. And now played over halfway from Diabate and cleared away from Mings. Now played across to Onana just behind the centre circle. Onana clips it. Can't find Watkins though, just tapped from Schuster. Diabate gets there before Hemmings. Now Gadu and Truma combine. Gadu to Bistro, first time for Bistro to Truma. Truma moving towards halfway, but tackle made from Buendia. Now Igor Jesus has put Forest 2-0 up against Ferencvaros. Here's Bogard. Onana now turns from the D. Lovely spin for Onana. Onana now looks to fizz it to Watkins. Just got away from Watkins' toe end. Lucky was Ollie Watkins there. It was a really sharp turn from Buendia to fizz it towards Watkins. Just couldn't quite find Ollie Watkins in the end. Diabate links up with Aleš Begovic. Diabate about 4 yards behind halfway. Diabate short for Beidou. Beidou tackle from Onana. And now here comes Villa on the right-hand side. Sancho approaching the area, turns on the line of it. Sancho now rolls in the box for Elliott. Elliott goes backwards to Bogard. Now Bogard right-footed. Now Lindelof about midway in the Salzburg half. Villa still linking up on the inside right. Sancho back for Lindelof. Now Lindelof goes into the centre circle. Right on the centre spot is Victor Lindelof. Plays it across the halfway line for Mings. Just in front of Mings is Dean. Dean Buendia calling for it in field. It's fist inside to Buendia. Buendia picks out Sancho. Sancho now to Watkins. Watkins turns in the deep, but being held off from Gadu. Gadu makes the tackle. Aleš Begovic squares of a B strip in the middle of the Salzburg half. Now back for Truma. Finds a Diabate in a bit of space. Smiley Diabate, good slide in interception from Onana. Villa have it back. Dean to Onana. Yeah, nice little touch for Onana with his right foot to Dean. Dean, the attacking third. Dean's cross, easily head out the box from Gadu. And now Aleš Begovic gives it away. Lindelof steps forwards. Elliott inside right. And now Sancho, edge of the penalty area. Elliott making that run around him. Sancho slowly gets into the box with 2 men around him. Elliott on the line of the area. Now again, just behind him for Bogart. Square for Onana. Backwards in defence for Lindelof, although he's inside the Salzburg half. Bogart. Now lovely turn from Onana. Away for Gaetano. Chance of Buendia to take on a shot instead. Goes to the pass to Dean. Dean cuts it back. Cleared away for Diabate. Dean put it into the danger zone. Just couldn't find a man in claret and blue. Mings down the left. Cut out from Truma. Here comes the right back. Now leaves it for Beidou. Beidou on the real pressure from Mings and Dean. And it is a throw for Villa. That was terrific work there from Mings and Dean. Just to swarm Edmund Beidou. Now Villa take the throw backwards. Here's Lindelof in the centre circle. Drags it onto his right foot. Square for Bogart. Bogart plays it just over halfway. Sancho dropping deep to collect. And returns it to Bogart. Bogart right-footed. Lindelof midway inside his half. Lindelof right-footed across to his partner Mings. Mings now goes long towards Watkins. Gadu cuts out. Clip now for Gaetano. Ball bounces in the centre circle. Elliott on the chest, but a room for Onana. To sweep it through the centre. Watkins, first line square pass to Sancho. Now plays it through for Elliott. Elliott goes to the first line cross. It's blocked from Schuster. Corner kick for Villa on the right hand side. Elliott just trying to G up the Aston Villa fans. Just under 20 minutes of this first half to go. Still waiting for the breakthrough. Again, Leon trailing Pauke by a goal to 0 at the moment. And it is former Celtic man Giacomakis with the goal there for Pauke. So Aston Villa, as it stands, a point would be enough for them to win the group. So corner on the right It is Luca Dean just to tap it to Sancho. Sancho passed it in the box. That corner routine didn't work. Salzburg cleared for Aleš Begovic with Bogard. Bogard just under 40 yards and goal. Now goes back to Martinez in the centre circle. Clips it towards the right. Acres of space. Sancho's in. Sancho edge of the box. Sancho's low ball. Intercepted from Diabate. And just little clip pass from Beatty on the left for Aleš Begovic. Aleš Begovic holds off Bogard. Now Aleš Begovic turns midway inside his half. Aleš Begovic now creates a bit of space for himself and now plays it in between Bogard and Lindelof. Here comes Salzburg. Canate into the box on the left. Canate cuts inside. Canate tries to go for shots. Doesn't go for it in the end out. In the end, it's a flag up against Salzburg. Canate drifted inside. Thought he was going to go for a shot. Mings quickly nicked it off him. And then Beidou was tackled in the box Onana, but the flag was up against Karen Canate. It's a dangerous attack though from Salzburg. Aleš Begovic maybe took that split second too long to make the pass to Karen Canate. But again, that was certainly a threatening counter-attack from Salzburg. Again, looking at the table, if Salzburg were to score, they would go into the top 24. Again, expecting plenty more twists and turns this evening. So, free kick for Villa to take. This one just under 15 yards behind the halfway line. Bogard to take inside right and drills it to Mings. Mings controls on his right knee. Mings down. He's over halfway. Moving slowly, Tyron Mings. Mings now trying to play it forwards, but under real pressure from Edmund Beidou. Wants to give it to Hemmings. Hemmings left-footed. Lindelof. 2 yards beyond the centre circle. Square for Bogard. Now it's Sancho on halfway. Now moves back in his own half. Sancho again to pass it to his right-sided partner, Bogard. Just over 28 minutes play. Villa 0, Salzburg 0. Bogard gives it away to Diabate. And Gaetano wins it off of Bogard. Now Gaetano into the box. So to Gaetano, low pass, not enough on it. Clear behind for Lindelof. Gaetano was looking for Canate inside the 6-yard box at the near post. That was a really poor there from Bogard. And the pass to Diabate was cut out for Bogard. Gaetano then made the tackle on Bogard. Gaetano got into the box. Not enough on that low cross towards Karen Canate. But Salzburg do have a corner kick to take on the left-hand side. It might have Salzburg to score. They jump to the top 24. Corner in, headed away at the near post from Hemmings. Now Villa have it deep inside the half on the left with Harvey Elliott. Elliott slowed it down. Backwards pass left-footed. Villa in their box and Mings. Martinez first time now. Villa play it through the Salzburg forward line. Hemmings to Buendia. Buendia just couldn't control the pass, but heavy touch from Garou. Now here's Elliott on the left. Links up with Dean. Elliott wants it back. Dean in field for Buendia. Lovely little flick there from Buendia to Hemmings. Hemmings about 24 yards from goal. Villa have it in the middle with Sancho. Moved square for Bogard. Bogard goes backwards. Lindelof a few yards in front of the centre circle. Lindelof now moves it to the left of Mings. Forwards on that wide left with Dean. Elliott wants it inside. Not enough room to play to Elliott though, so it goes back to Mings. Now Elliott's found between the lines on the left. Back to Mings. And Mings is taking a few steps forwards as rolls it back in the centre circle to Lindelof. Half hour gone at Villa Park. Villa 0, Salzburg 0 as it stands. Villa atop. Bogard gives the way, intercepted from Diabate. Diabate now pushing it back there from Jadon Sancho just behind halfway. Salzburg free kick on the left, and Salzburg need to win this. If they can, they'll have a chance getting the top 24. Porto have equalised against Rangers, by the way. Salzburg over halfway, clipped out from Aleš Begovic towards Truma on the right. Again, Beidou was in an offside position, but it was Truma who played it to Beidou anywhere on the edge of the box. Truma didn't need to play that pass. Could have maybe gone and filled. Beidou was offside and Beidou frustrated. See that pass. The Gains to have goals. Number Celtic 3, Utrecht 0, Porto 1, Rangers 1. Fenerbahce leading against FCSB. Malmo leading 1-0 against Genk. And it's Pauke leading in Lyon, which is putting Villa top at the moment. Forest 2, Ferencváros 0. Real Betis 1, final 0. As now Villa have it midfield. Buendia. Buendia's over halfway. Villa on the left here with Watkins. Watkins slows himself down inside to Buendia. Again, little touch to Watkins. Back to Hemmings, who's midway in the Salzburg half on the left. Hemmings turns and he's looking forwards now. Beidou with the tackle. And there was a push there from the young midfielder, so it is a free kick for Villa. And the other game with goals and a miss. Stuttgart 2, Young Boys 0. So it's a free kick for Gadou to take for Salzburg. Just rolls it back for Schlager. Time on the ball for Diabate in between the two centre-backs. Moved now to left side centre-back. Schuster on the ball. Here's Kratzig. Kratzig now looks over the top, spinning ball in behind for Konate. Just bounces too far ahead of Konate. So Martinez had enough room to come and collect. It was a good idea though, just to lift it over the top. Again, Villa love a high line, especially Martinez over on throw to Dean. Now backwards here for Mings, left side of the box. Now Mings, full touch, and it's squared in, and it's clear off the line, it's in. And Salzburg lead. It's an absolute mess from Villa. And it's Karim Konate with the goal. Mings surrendered possession to Beidou, who just went for the simple pass across the 6-yard box for Konate to turn in. And it was attempted to be cleared off the line by Lindelof, but it wasn't enough. I'll tell you what though, Konate a bit fortunate. It was a really light finish towards goal. And Lindelof almost cleared that off the line. But can only clear it into A. Martinez, left corner of the net. Big goal. And a gift from Aston Villa. And Mings, awful touch. And just didn't see Beidou in behind. Yeah, Konate, that wasn't a clean finish at all. Lindelof really, having a look at it again, should have cleared it off the line. Real mess between the two Villa centre-backs, in particularly Courton Mings, who gave away the ball in the first place. Unai Emery will be seething with that. So as it stands, Villa have now dropped from first to third in the standings. Of course, they started ninth second, but Lyon losing to Palke, so Villa were temporarily top. But now Villa below Lyon and Freiburg on goal difference, and Salzburg are in to the top 24 as things stand. So here is Martinez on the ball, so big goal at both ends of the table in the top 24. Mings being pressurised, and Beidou smelling blood. Mings looking nervous on the ball. Now Martinez whips it towards halfway, bounce over Truman. Now Buendia trying to skip beyond Gadou. Buendia saying he was knocked into by Kwaku Gadou, and it has been pulled back for an Aston Villa free kick. I thought for a second Lindelof did manage to clear it off the line, and it wasn't to be. I thought it was Truman with the foul on Buendia. He made the first destruction on the Argentinian, so it is a free kick for Villa. It looks like Ollie Watkins has come off here. Ollie Watkins is off and Morgan Rogers is on. I'm not quite sure the reason for Ollie Watkins coming off. I don't think it'd be anything tactical. Surely it's injury related, because Watkins has had his injury issues of late, especially with his knee. So Watkins, actually it was a ball that was played forward about 10 minutes ago. Watkins overstretched and obviously might pull his hamstring. That was what sort of impression I got from first glance looking back at it. Onana gives it to Elliott. That's a huge blow for Villa, but Morgan Rogers certainly not a bad substitution to bring on. Here is Elliott, and now Lindelof to Hemmings. Hemmings swarm from Bistro, and now here is Beidou. Bistro making a run in the box. Beidou onto his left foot. Beidou shot straight at Martinez. What a chance of Salzburg to double their advantage. Should be doing better there. Edmund Beidou. Hemmings, understandably looking nervous on the ball. Beidou took it onto his left foot. Straight to Martinez. And Villa survive. Villa over halfway with Hemmings. A flick from Rogers. Buendia. Tackle from Diabate. Here's Bistro. Now Beidou, little flick to Bistro on halfway. Now Truma again. Bistro on the ball. It's in defence with Godo, but Salzburg have their tails up it. They're leading at Villa Park by goal to nil. Here's Truma on the ball. Buendia trying to put him under pressure. And now Godo. Godo here for Schlager. Long left-footed pass, searching towards Canate. It's a flip backwards for Lindelof. Beidou picks up on halfway. Beidou spins away from Mings. Now Beidou getting it behind with his pace. Still Beidou's through. Beidou's making 2-0. Great covering pace and Bogard just to put off Beidou. And then Martinez quickly dive low to take it away from the path of Beidou. That was good work between Bogard and Martinez. But Mings looking very underconfident at the moment after gifting Salzburg the ball for their goal. Onana just behind the centre circle. Onana now plays it about 7 yards out to wide right to Elliott. Back on the half line to Bogard. Onana down the inside right, no one making a run though. Villa really lost their rhythm. They start the game well, but Salzburg grown into it well. And I'll tell you what, they deserved that goal, Salzburg, through carrying Canate. Here's Schuster, back for Schlager. Schlager long, chested down for Mings and from the centre circle. Diabate intercept. Now prods it forwards. Bogard now collects it for Villa. And Lindelof. That was passed right footed to Martinez in the D. Square for Dean. Dean now looking over the top for Rodgers. Rodgers heads it in front of him to run on to, but that's good defender from Godo. Godo holds off Rodgers. Now it is square from Schlager. Schuster, pass it to the left. Kratzig in field. Alajbegovic now pokes it on the left-hand side, but that's a good work there from Bogard to intercept. Now Lindelof turns just behind halfway. Turns it to Bogard again. Gitano trying to push high with Canate on Salzburg's left. So Bogard plays it safe for Emi Martinez. Now Martinez goes long towards the inside left. Easy head away for Truma. Header forwards from Diabate over halfway now. Cushion header from Beidou, but Beidou was offside. And he headed that to Gitano inside the centre circle. So it's Villa 0, Salzburg 1. 38.5 minutes played. Villa, as it stands, will not be finishing top. And Salzburg are into the top 24. So it's a turn from Watkins, little help from Buendia. Onana now over the top on the right hand side. Rodgers making the run in the box. Rodgers heads it down. Rodgers keeps him playing the byline despite the pressure from Godo. And in the end, it is picked up from Schuster to play it further out on that left hand side to Kratzig. Now back in midfield with Diabate. Just to front the Salzburg penalty here. Now Schlager towards the right to Truma. Truma now looks to play it on the outside of Dean, not enough on it. Dean intercepts just behind halfway. Now is Mings, just over 10 yards behind the halfway line. Mings now dragged it onto his left foot. It is Luca Dean, again Truma engaging with him. Let's roll back for Mings. It is Emi Martinez, again Salzburg trying to push up the pitch. They smell blood, they're hunting for that second. Lindelof now finds the feet of Elliott. Elliott left footed, lifts it towards the centre circle. Hemmings now gets away from Bistro. Hemmings with space to run into. Villa trying to open up Salzburg. With the pass, Hemmings a bit too close to Truma. Sliding cut out there from Truma. Now Truma's pass. Miscontrol for Onana, went under his right foot. Here comes Salzburg. Here is Canate. Moves it to the left. Kerim Alajbegovic cuts in. Alajbegovic curling shot. Miles over the bar. Alajbegovic wastes a good opportunity for Salzburg. Cut in on his right foot. It was a shot well over the bar in the end from Alajbegovic. I have to say, just having a look at the Salzburg goal. Again, Canate scuff strike. I think that scuff strike from Canate was actually heading off target. If Lindelof had actually left that, probably would have come for the post. But of course, that split second, Lindelof was thinking that was going to creep in. Again, in those moments, you just have to go what you feel. Again, the instant reaction for a defender, of course, is to try and clear it off the line. It is Lindelof. And strokes it to Martinez in the D. And Martinez walks the ball 3 yards forwards. Out the D now. Slips it low to Dean. Dean moves it to Hemmings. Hemmings touch over halfway, but now Truma has it. Diabate under pressure from Elliott on the halfway line. Short square pass to Bistro. And now Beidou gets the throw. Dean with the tackle. Dean appealing down Beidou last, but it's a Salzburg throw. 6 yards behind halfway. It's taken from Truman now. Diabate back for Gadu. Schuster to Diabate, and Salzburg just looks so comfortable in possession here. Now spoke too soon. Bistro gets the way to Rogers, but Rogers tackled from Bistro. And the ball is rolling back, but Schuster will keep it in play on the byline. Schuster hits it off the left knee of Harvey Elliott. And it is a goal kick to Salzburg. So by the way, Salzburg now outside of the top 24. So they'll be hoping and one team above them can give away a goal. As it stands, it is Ludogorets holding that last spot. It's long from Schlager. Bounces to Alashbegovic, cushions the header. Now headed square from Lindelof. Onana back for Bogart. Alashbegovic putting the pressure on. Bogart to Lindelof. And just pokes it back to Martinez. And Martinez moves out the 6-yard box. Here's Mings now. Mings midway inside his half. Again, moving out defence. Infield to Hemmings. Now across to Onana. Onana is over halfway. Onana left-footed pass to Elliott. Elliott 35 yards and goal. Down the right-hand side. Rogers makes the movement. Now Sancho has it. Sancho wide right. Sancho in the end tackled from Schuster, and Schuster just sees the ball out of play. Getting off Sancho last, and good defending there by Yannick Schuster. So yeah, Ludogorets leading Nice by a goal to nil. That has knocked Salzburg out of the top 24. And Lyon have equalised against Pauke as well. Pauke down to 10 men. So now goal kick taken from Schlager. Schlager towards the halfway line. There's a little push there from Karen Kanate on Amadou Onana. I do feel this table will change a lot more as the night goes on. Lindelof's free kick off that push on Onana. Martinez now. Mings looks over the top, down the left-hand side, too far ahead of Buendia though. And it is sailed out for a goal kick for Salzburg. Again, they're managing this first half really well, Salzburg. Right, other scores: Basel 0, Victoria Pilsen 1, Celtic 3, Utrecht 1, Michelin 0, Zagreb 0, Porto now 3-1 up against Rangers, Fenerbahce leading against FCSB, Red Star Belgrade 0, Celta Vigo 0, Go Ahead Eagles 0, Braga 0, Malmo leading Genk by goals 0-0 team Lille and Freiburg, Ludogorets 1, Nice 0. Just a few of the scores in the Europa League at the moment. Now Bistro lifts it over the top, Dean with a poor touch, and Beidou trying to get behind. Martinez comes steam out of his goal. Martinez blocks it, and then Lindelof clears out of the Villa penalty area. Now it's back on halfway with a Schuster. But yeah, Beidou's down in a bit of pain at the moment. Now Salzburg being pressed here deep inside the half. Gadu harassed by Elliott, but Gadu turns and passes out of danger to Diabate. That was a great pass from Gadu. Now a bit of room here for Schuster. Now it is Truman. Truman just knocks out of play because Beidou is down here. Yeah, Martinez, I think, may have knocked into Beidou, but Martinez had to take everything in his weight. And Beidou was bearing down on goal. So by the other scores in the Europa League, well, actually, just have a look at it again. By it was Beecher lifted over top. Beidou took a heavy touch and tries to take it beyond Martinez. Martinez, he managed to block it with his right hip, and then I think actually it was Lindelof who knocked into Edmund Beidou. No, it was Martinez. And Martinez though did get the ball, so again it was just a follow through from Martinez on Beidou, so no foul from Martinez. The other scores by Ludogorets 1, Nice 0, Lyon 1-0 with 10 men at Pauke. Maccabi Tel Aviv 0, Bologna 1, Forest still 2-0 up against Ferencváros, Panathinaikos 0, 10-man Roma 0, Betis 2-0 up against Feyenoord, 0-0 team Stern Graz, and now 2-1 up against Young Boys. Young Boys the deficit there. Beidou's on his feet, he's hobbling at the moment. Not a good sign at all for Beidou. So a minute of stoppage time given, and we're already over that minute. There will be a little bit extra for Beidou's injuries. As it stands, Villa, by the way, they are third behind Freiburg on goal difference, and Lyon top at the moment. As I mentioned, Lyon drawing Pauke, so back on the way now. Long ball headed forward to Mings. Rogers controls, not back for Onana. Still be a few more seconds added on here. First half stoppage time. Here is Tara Mings. Leisurely moving to the halfway line. Mings onto his left foot. It is Lindelof. Now Onana just behind the halfway line. Now into Salzburg's half. Bogart just over 40 yards on goal. Returns it to Onana. Clips it through the centre circle to Mings. Mings now. Buendia flicks it for the inside left, but collected for Diabate. And now here's Salzburg. Can they charge forward here with Konate? Konate through the centre. Konate. Still Konate. Good tackle there from Lindelof. And then the half-time whistle goes here, Villa Park. So Salzburg doing their job, leading by a goal still, but they are outside the top 24 as things stand. Villa missing a chance to go above Lyon. As things stand, it was a Salzburg goal. It was a gift from Tyra Mings to Beidou. Beidou squared it for Konate. Back of net in the end. I think Lindelof left it would have come to the post, but of course Lindelof didn't know that. Again, Salzburg really grown into the game, deserved that goal. Villa started the game well. Watkins had a shot saved, and Elliott had his shot on the follow-up save with the right heel of Schlager. It was a great improvisation from Schlager to save the Elliott effort in the first minute. But Salzburg leading at Villa Park by 0-0 at half-time. and welcome back here to Villa Park. There's certainly some work to do for Villa in the second half if they're to try and secure top spot. They're a goal down to Salzburg, who are fighting to get into the top 24, and they're hovering just behind 24th at the moment, a point behind Ludogorets, who are in that last playoff spot as things stand. Ludogorets leading Nice by a goal to nil. Villa making a substitution at half-time, by the way. Matty Cash did come on the pitch, already a huge blow for Villa. Ollie Watkins overstretched in the first half, so he had to be replaced by Morgan Rogers. Certainly not a bad substitution to bring on, though, for Unai Emery's side. So Matty Cash will be the next player on for the Villains. And just wait to see who will Cash be coming on for. So it looks like we'll be Hemmings kind of, I have to say. He had a few good runs first half, Hemmings, through midfield, but there was a few sloppy touches. But of course, he's 18 years old. He's going to be learning the game. It's understandable. Unai Emery may think it's not the right moment for him to have another 45. And again, slow development for him. Harvey Elliott, he's making his first Aston Villa. He's made his first Aston Villa start today since Aston Villa's 2-0 win over Feyenoord. So a moment for Elliott to try and impress her. Unai Emery out on the pitch of Villa, ready to get us underway. Second half here. Can they turn things around, and can they finish the night top of the league phase? We are ready to get underway. Villa will be getting us underway second half. And Harvey Elliott kicks us off. And it's Onana into the feet of Bogart. So Bogart in midfield, by the way, with Cash, of course, moving to right back. And now Mings rolls it to Martinez. Martinez, again, just walking forward to the ball. Now inside the D. Martinez, who will he go to? Will he go midfield or just go a bit safe to one of the centre-backs? Now just in front of the D. Martinez, right foot on top of the ball, then just clips out towards the right. By the way, a half-time, Karen Canate actually had to come off. The goal scorer on this place is looks like it is Musa Yeo, who was on the pitch and plays in. So Salzburg also making a substitution. Villa have it with Tara Mings here. Short for Martinez to Onana. And now it's a real nice turn there from Mings. Again, Salzburg trying to press from the front. So Yeo's playing on the left-hand side. Ball played down the line there from Lindelof. And now here's Bogart to Cash. Villa just trying to slowly build in possession here. Minute gone the second half. Lindelof moves it to Martinez. And Martinez now drills it over the top, right-footed, headed away though from Gadu. Now a little touch from Buendia, just in front halfway. Buendia forwards now. Played first time from Elliott, cut out though. And now Yeo in the centre circle. Yeo comes off Bistroup, Diabate. And there is Bistroup on the ball again. Now Truma goes backwards to Gadu. And Schuster wants it, instead goes to Schlager. Schlager, square foot, Schuster. Once more Schlager on the ball. Villa trying to push up here. Now Diabate, back to his goalkeeper again, then Schlager clears it left-footed towards the left-hand side, just bounces away. In the end of Musa Yeo. Throw for Cash, looking for Rogers. Rogers now spins in the box of Rogers. Well challenged there from Schuster. Gadu squares it. And now Kratzig. Kratzig clears his lines. Headed for Mings, just in front halfway. And Alaj Begovic just had a little knock in the back there from Bogard. So again, that's what Salzburg needs to do for Straight Village. Win those free kicks, break up the game. Diabate now rolls it through here for Kitano. Kitano tries to play it through the centre, can't quite find the run of Edmund Beidou. Here's Dean. Dean inside to Onana, returns it to Dean. Dean chased the ball down. Dean now just fended off though for Tim Truma. I mean, Dean did knock the ball back into play, but Truma did enough to see it out in the first place. Before Dean got his foot back on the ball, so it's good work from the right back. Truma now releases the throw. Here is Beidou, back for Diabate in the inside right. Moved out here for Truma, up against Buendia. Truma now knocks in Phil. Kitano again back up to the right hand side. Low ball in for Truma, deflects in the box. Chance in made for Alaj Begovic to take on the shot. Alaj Begovic towards the byline, puts the low ball, it's flicked in at the near post. And it's Musa Yeo. Instant impact off the bench. He's only been on the pitch 3 minutes. That is a lovely, lovely finish at the near post. And Salzburg are doing their job this evening. 2 goals up here at Villa Park. Alaj Begovic inside the box, took the ball to the byline, drilled it low, and that is a lovely flick finish from Musa with his back towards goal, through the legs of Emi Martinez. That is delightful from the substitute. And here at Villa Park, we have a shock on hands. It is Aston Villa 0, Salzburg 2. So Salzburg have taken a big step. They just need to hope. They need to now hope that they can have a favour from somewhere. And now Salzburg straight back on the attack from the restart. Here is Beidou. Beidou's low balling, cleared away from Mings. Buendia inside his own area, pressurised from Bistro. Buendia toe pokes it to Onana on the byline. Onana manages to win the goal kick. It's off of Musa. And Villa really need to compose themselves. They're certainly not out this Villa. But as it stands, Aston Villa are now down to 4th spot. Lyon top on 19. Same points as Michelin, but Lyon with a 2 better goal difference. Freiburg 3rd on 18 now. Villa 4th on 18 too. And now Elliott down the right hand side. Can Villa half the deficit immediately? Rogers out on this right. Morgan Rogers approaching the box, rolls it in for Cash. Cash's low ball, easily grabbed down at the near post there by Schlager. Again, it was just a scuff ball in the end for Matty Cash towards near post. Pretty simple for Schlager to deal with. So Salzburg in command of this one. 5 minutes in the second half. Villa 0, Salzburg 2. And that is a bouncing ball driven straight for the centre for Schlager. All the way back for Emi Martinez. Here's Mings. Now cross for Lindelof. Dropping deep is Onana, but Bistro pressing on Onana. So here is Martinez. Squares it for Bogart. Now played down the inside right for Elliott. Sancho inside for Elliott. Elliott on the stretch manages to knock it to Mings. Mings with a bit of space now to run over halfway. Mings plays outside the left. Dean first time on the outside of Truma. Rogers now trying to glide into the box. Truma gets back, nicks off Morgan Rogers and clears his lines towards the centre circle. Headed down for Lindelof. Control from Onana. Now squares it for Mings. Tara Mings, left-footed. Half turn from Buendia. Now square from Rogers. Villa on the left. Just about in the attacking third with Luca Dean. Inside to Emi Buendia. There's a guy to back outside of his left for Mings. Now in the centre circle, just behind halfway. With Lindelof. Square for Mings. Now Dean, about 10 yards in the Salzburg half. Again, tries to lift it over Truma. Truma heads away. Flicked on for Bistro. And now collected it from Beidou. Edmund Beidou into Gitano in the centre circle. Sota Gitano turns. Still Gitano. Alaj Begovic collects it in the centre circle. And he tries to drive forwards. He's pulled back from Harvey Elliott. Hasn't really gotten this one, of course, Harvey Elliott, though. Severe lack of game time. And Unai Emery just doesn't fancy him. And again, Villa have a loan, a loan with a possible obligation to pay. And again, have to be a certain amount of appearances for Elliott to make. And I don't think Unai Emery fancies him at all whatsoever. Martinez squares it to Mings. But he has got the chance tonight, though. Moves Harvey Elliott to get some game time. Mings wins the throw off of Musa. So Villa 0, Salzburg 2. Salzburg in 25th at the moment. That will not be enough to get into the playoff spots. The other British teams are Forest 2-0 up against Ferencváros. Celtic 3-1 up against Utrecht, and Rangers on the wrong end of that scoreline at the moment away at Porto. That's a square pass straight out of play there from Beidou. So throw here for Villa to take deep inside their half. And now Mings coming forward. Mings goes toward the centre circle. Now Elliott lets it run across him. Elliott square across the halfway line for Cash. Elliott making movement forwards. Cash though being well pressed from Alaj Begovic. So it's back now into the feet of Lindelof. Onana half turn in the centre circle, located in between Beidou and Yeo. Here is a tap pass from Lindelof. Now Bogart left footed. Out here to Cash. Now is Elliott. Sancho about 25 yards to go on the wide right. It's infield to Cash. Now work for Rogers on the inside. Right. Rogers rolls it through for Buendia. Buendia takes a swipe of the ball, but makes hardly any contact with it. And it just rolls back easily into the hands of Schlager. It's a nice, intricate play from Aston Villa. Down the inside right. So that's half there to by Leon now leading. Pauke by 2-1. Home, and here is Diabate. That's a great skill to wrong foot Buendia. Now Diabate, line breaking pass. But Ming steps forwards really well to get ahead of Yeo. Now is Lindelof to Dean. Dean, that's Tyrone Mings. Villa midway inside their half. Mings turns back. Mings now spins onto his right foot and plays it to Bogart. Bogart rolls it just over halfway for Dean. Dean looking backwards though and gives it to Onana. It is Mings just beyond the centre circle. Bogart's the option for him in the centre circle. He goes to Onana just behind halfway on the inside left. Mings on the ball again. Salzburg comfortable in their shape. Mings tries to spread Salzburg out as he plays it out to the wide right. Rogers lays it back for Elliott midway in the Salzburg half. Now Bogart on that inside right square for Cash. Links up here with Sancho. Cash making that run forwards. Now it's a little flick from Cash. Now it's a low ball in towards Buendia. Misses Buendia, finds Dean, and then Buendia again. Hits over the bar though in the middle of the penalty area. There was a little touch from Luca Dean. Buendia took it on with his left foot. Some quick football from Villa. It was Sancho to Elliott. Elliott flicked it to Cash. Cash put it low. Couldn't find Buendia initially. Then it was a Dean who set up for Buendia but hit over the bar. Now Gadu goes long, but that sails over Beidou. And now Cash just goes back for Martinez. Martinez takes the ball into the D and goes square to Mings. Return to the goalkeeper. So A. Martinez now takes it out of the D. A. Martinez, what can he do with this one? Just goes short to Lindelof. Again, Salzburg press 9. Cash's tackle from Yeo, but it did come off Yeo's right foot last. So it is a throw for Aston Villa just over midway inside their half. Villa 0, Salzburg 2. Here is Cash, left-footed. Dean on halfway. Dean goes backwards. Tyrone Mings now moving towards the centre circle. Mings outside his right foot, and now Buendia has it over halfway in the centre circle. Elliott inside right. Again, just lifts it over the top to Rogers on the right. Now good skill there. Now Sancho cuts it back, but cleared away from Bistra. Villa still on the front foot. Cash inside to Sancho. Good pressure from Mads Bistra. Now Villa have to go backwards. Bogard to Lindelof. Lindelof just over 35 yards from goal on the inside right. Sancho goes short to Cash again. Sancho down the right for Elliott. Can Elliott get delivering? Elliott looking towards Onana. Easy though for Schlager to claim. And that just breaks down for Aston Villa. It's just Rolf and Schlager. Now whip long von Schuster. Headed just in front halfway for Lindelof. Half turn here from Sancho. Slips it to Rogers on the inside right. Now in the box, Rogers goes on his outside to Elliott. Bogard just put on the box on that inside right. He's had his ankle clipped there from Musi Yeo. So a free kick in a good position for Aston Villa to take on. And they're looking to get themselves back into this one. Yeah, Yeo tripped Bogard up with his right leg. As it stands, Salzburg now down to 26th place. So, again, it's another hurdle for Salzburg to overcome, and that is because young boys have equalised against Stuttgart. Sandra Lorpet with the goal there. Salzburg 2 goals to good at Villa Park, but as it stands, it will not be enough to get them into the top 24. And as it stands at Villa, they're in the 4th spot now, moved down from 2nd. Michelin of Freiburg overtaking them. Leaders Leon leading Pauke by 2-1. So Dean lifts in the free kick, headed down for Onana, can't find a teammate though in claret and blue. Cleared away for Diabate. I think Onana actually, was he offside? No, he wasn't offside. And here is Mings. Mings square for Bogard. Bogard now out to the left. Rogers has it. Rogers cuts in. Rogers 2 men around him. That's the play back to Mings, who's pushed high. And now Bogard, inside left pass cut out though from Mads Bistro. And there is Beidou. That's a lovely fit from Beidou in between Buendia and Bogard. And now Sota Kitano. Held up here from Yeo and halfway. Now Yeo goes back for Truma. Now space for Ganu to square it here to Schuster. Now Kratzig wants it, but in the end it's gone back to Gadu from Alaj Begovic. Now Truma moves away from Buendia. Buendia falls to the ground. And now Truma plays on the outside of Dean. Nice run there from Beidou on the right, holding off Mings, close to the corner flag. Now links up with Truma. Edge of the box, Truma puts the delivery in, volleyed away from Lindelof. Only as far as Smiley Diabate, now turn for Gaetano, drags it wide. Well, a chance for Sota Gaetano to make it 3. Diabate, perfect way to pass. Gaetano, I think, was onside in between the two centre-backs. Took it on the half turn on his right foot, but dragged the shot wide of the target. Yeah, I think Mings was playing him on. So I thought I haven't looked back at the replay. Initially he was off actually, but I think Gaetano was on. Dragged it quite a bit wide in the end. Great chance of Salzburg to surely wrap the game up. Hour gone here at Villa Park. Villa 0, Salzburg 2. But as it stands, Salzburg still outside the top 24. Villa down to 4th. Here is Martinez. And Martinez again, just walking with the ball. Now drills it, looking towards Sancho. Sancho takes on the chest. Lovely turn for Sancho. Sancho needs support now. He's in the attacking third. Sancho turns and goes back here to Cash. They're looking to build on the right. Now, ball threaded down the line from Elliott to Sancho. Cuts it back in the box to Cash. Cash right side the area, dinks it now towards the back post. Dean has it. Dean low ball in, blocked though from Truma. Bounces out the box. And Bistro has the pace to get onto it. Bistro goes down, peeling for a free kick. Nothing given. So it's a throw for Villa. Dean to take. 25 yards from goal. Throwing now backwards to Mings in the centre circle with Lindelof. Cash takes it under control. Cash forwards to Sancho. Elliott Watson inside. Tidy feet from Sancho. Now give a go to Elliott Sancho. But the return from Elliott was too far towards Sancho. And Schuster clears away for a Salzburg, for a Villa throw, I should say. For Sancho to take. Sancho gets a play back to him from Cash. Now backwards here for Elliott. Bogard. Elliott trying to link up with Cash. Elliott though wasn't in tandem with Cash. Ball's rolling in the Salzburg box. Diabate back for Schlager. Schlager goes long. And that sails out of play for a Villa throw. To be taken just in front of halfway. Unai Emery down the sides, up the tempo. Again with Leon winning, even if Villa turn it around, won't be enough for them to top the league phase. Well, Salzburg manager Thomas Letch tried to control the ball a moment ago. Didn't get his touch right though with his left foot. Maybe that's why he's on the sidelines now. It is Mings. Short for Lindelof. Backwards to Martinez in the deep. But still time for Villa to turn this one around. 2 goals down, 62 minutes played it at Villa Park. So Emi Martinez slits, but still plays a long ball towards the inside left. Truman nodded away. Buendia hits off the face of Sota Gaetano. Now nice turn on halfway for an Eben Beidou. Beidou now has Onana keeping pace. Now Beidou gets away from him again. Onana, brilliant sliding challenge. That long legs of his, great left foot to challenge now. Dean linking up with Buendia. Little clip pass and Dean short for Onana. Now it's left for Buendia. Bogard square for Dean. Dean again short for Onana. Now Villa doing well in the little tight space on the inside left. Now Buendia moves back for Lindelof. Takes it out the deep. Squares it for Cash. Villa approaching halfway. Cash goes direct. Looking for Rogers on the inside right. Rogers making the run. But Rogers well held off there by Schuster. Now Gaidu goes short. It's a nice turn from Bistro on the left. Bistro gets the pass away now. Salzburg playing between the lines well. Sota Gaetano links up here with Bistro. Just behind halfway is Truma. And now Bistro just lightly past it right footed for Diabate. And then Sota Gaetano goes back in the centre circle to Schuster. Here's Diabate. Again, Salzburg just enjoying possession. They're by the centre circle at the moment in their own half. Diabate. Now for Schuster. Again, Diabate, right-footed. Play back inside his right, just outside his boxes. Schlager on the inside left. And now Yannick Schuster. Schuster again goes safe. No need for Salzburg to rush. They're 2 goals to good. They're hoping, though, for some favours to take them into the top 24. But as it stands, Salzburg are 26. Clip towards a centre circle. Head away from Mings. Trapped here from Elliott. And now Villa can move forwards here. They're the attacking third. Rogers to Buendia. Buendia lays it back to Rogers. Buendia in the D. Against Rogers. Chance to Rogers. And Villa back in this one. Morgan Rogers. Nice finish. Wrong-footed the goalkeeper. Rolled it in with his left foot. And Villa are right back in this one. They're not giving up hope. They're finishing off this league phase campaign with a victory. Again, it was headed forwards for Lindelof. Nice control. And then it was played to Buendia. It was control from Sancho. And then Buendia and Rogers combined in the centre. Then Buendia had it in the D. Laid it to Rogers inside left of the box. And it was just such a calm finish from Morgan Rogers. Really good football there from Aston Villa. In the attacking third. And just shot left-footed. Nice contact. Wrong foot to the goalkeeper. And Aston Villa back in this one. Villa 1, Salzburg 2. 25 minutes remaining here. And VAR are going to have a look at this. I think Rogers was definitely onside. Referee just talking Musa Yeo at the moment. So are Villa going to have this goal chalked off? Well, VAR definitely looking at something. So again, a tense wait around Villa Park. So we'll wait and see as to what happens with this decision. And still the referee waiting for a final verdict from VAR. So the wait goes on. Again, really nice football from Aston Villa for that goal. Well, I thought Rogers was onside. The referee's going to put the whistle to his mouth there. So is it going to be ruled out? No, it isn't. No, the goal stands. The goal stands. And Villa are right back in this one. Cash heads away the restart. I did think Rogers was onside. It didn't look like there was any foul in the build-up as well. I'm not actually sure why they looked at it, to be honest. So, throw for Kratzig to take. Buendia's off for Villa, by the way. And now Salzburg lose possession. Now Lindelof gives it away. Then Diabate's pass cut out from Cash. Here is Villa, moving forwards quickly. And now Villa in the attacking third on the left-hand side. And now maybe a chance of shot to be taken off just over the bar. And that could have been an instant impact from Jamaldine Jimo. That was really good there from the 19-year-old who's come on for Buendia. Jimo just cut in, took a powerful shot on, and just tipped over the bar. So it's Amadou Onana, also off Esri Konsa. So a couple of substitutions made by Unai Emery. So corner to come from left, and Luca Dean flicked away. Villa putting the pressure on, hit low down. Forza Konsa just prods it wide. In fact, it's going to be kept in play. Actually, Salzburg clear it through Truma. And now here's Martinez, well outside his box. Not that he minds at all. That's where he likes to be. Cash whips it forwards now. Really nice feet on the left-hand side from Elliott, right-hand side from Elliott. Here's Bogard. Now to Dean. Dean has Sancho in front of him. So Sancho's now on the left-hand side. And Sancho. Here's Dean. Can he get a cross in? Luca Dean delivers. Flicked away from Schuster. Hooked up in the air onto the chest of Bogard by Lindelof. Now given away. It's Alaj Begovic. Needs support here. Kemal Alaj Begovic goes back here for Kratzig. And now Franz Kratzig links up with Yannick Schuster. Somali Diabate now. Salzburg playing through the middle. Here is Gitano's pass, collected now from Beidou. And now Yeo, can he get a second goal of the night? Yeo drags it wide. It's a really good attack from Salzburg, building for the back. And then Edmund Beidou fed it to Musa, left-hand side of the box, but he dragged this shot wide in the end. So Villa here with Dean. Villa still in 4th place, by the way. Salzburg in 26th at the moment. Point behind 24th. The Dynamo Zagreb at the moment occupying that last playoff spot. So here is Villa in the middle with Bogard. To Mings. Here's Dean, about 10 yards behind the halfway line. Poor touch there for Njimo. And now Njimo tracking back, makes a good tackle there on Beidou. And then that's good work from Martinez to quickly leap down on top of the ball. Then Konsa was just fending off Musa. So here is Villa with Harvey Elliott. Elliott now just behind halfway. Just rolls it back for Cash. Cash looking direct down the inside right, headed away from Schuster. Beats Rogers in the air. Now Diabate. Beidou controls in the centre circle. Now Takatano plays that in front of Alaj Begovic to run on to, but Cash is there first. Did really well there, Matty Cash. So Tyron Mings on the ball. Again, just bring it out from the back, and now forwards for Dean. Dean just has to play it again to Tyron Mings. Mings midway inside his own half. Now squares it to Konsa. She came on a moment ago for Onana. Esri Konsa, Bogard asking for it, but it goes into the feet of Mings. And Mings to Konsa. Here is Villa going long down the right hand side towards Elliott, headed away though. There for Kratze, good strength there for Diabate against Rogers. Now Alaj Begovic gives away the ball to Lindelof. Lindelof surrenders possession. The Yeo dispossessed though from Lindelof, earn it back. Cashless onto the chest of Rogers. Villa inside right. And there was just a foul on Morgan Rogers. Quick free kick taken from Villa on the inside right. Elliott to Rogers. Rogers pass deflects into the feet of Sancho. Here's Rogers. Tiny feet. Sancho now. Matty Cash. Villa level with the penalty area. Again, Sancho. Short to Cash. Now just behind him for Lindelof. Again, first time from Sancho. Cash, little flick to Rogers. Rogers now, little flick himself to Sancho. Really tightly faultless in Villa, but Sancho in a real fierce tangle. And he's managed to get a corner kick. Diabate got his body crossed, but Sancho put good pressure on and forced Diabate to clear out for a corner kick. Just under 20 minutes left here at Villa Park. Villa 1, Salzburg 2. It will not be enough for Salzburg to get into the top 24. They're 26th in the table thing stand. Villa have dropped to 4th. Behind Freiburg on goal difference. Can Villa level things up? And a goal for Aston Villa will put them up to 3rd. So Leon actually are now level with Pauke. So a chance for Villa to move top if they can score 2 goals in these last 80 minutes. A 2 apiece in Leon and 10-man Pauke. Corner comes in, flicked away for Diabate as far as Elliott. Elliott strikes it, just comes off the top of the bar. And that was almost the moment for Harvey Elliott. It was corner in, flicked away, and Harvey Elliott had space in the box, took it on the bounce, caught it really well. Laces of the right boot. They just skimmed off the top of the crossbar on the end. Close Elliott has actually scored a goal for Aston Villa against Brentford in the League Cup. So Salzburg now making some substitutions their own. They've only made one this evening. Karen Canate to come for half-time for Musa. Certainly made an impact scoring early on the second half. So it is Beidou off, along with Alaj Begovic for Salzburg. So Clement Bischoff on the pitch for the visitors. Dean heads away. Aston Villa now is Harvey Elliott. Elliott receives it again off Sancho, now given away from Sancho. Now Salzburg can come down the left-hand side. It's cut back now for Bistra. And now Salzburg send the cross in. Headed away again. Carrying Onisiwo has come on. The other players come on the pitch. There's a shot there for Truma, pushed up from right back. But 23 yards and goal on the inside right. Blast the shot straight to Emi Martinez. Here's Villa with the youngster Gimo. Now Mings short for Lindelof. Here's Conte. Looks like Lindelof is in midfield with Bogard. It's not a back three. Nice one-touch football from Villa on halfway. Lindelof now thought he was challenged. And there was a tackle that came in. And it was a slightly late one from Sota Gitano. So free kick for Aston Villa. And they are pushing hard to get this equaliser again with Leon. Two-piece of Pauke. There's a chance for Villa. If they can get 2 goals, they will go top. There's Gimo's pass, intercepted. Now it's a turn of midfield from Bogard. He was caught from Musaio. So free kick in a central position for Aston Villa. And they are pushing to get this equaliser. To at least get themselves into the top 3. Nice turn for Bogard. It's a short free kick from Villa. Rogers to Dean, inside left edge of the box. Now Dean on the outside of B-strip, and Truma blocks Rogers' cross. A corner kick for Aston Villa to take on the left-hand side. Matty Cash across to take it. Quarter an hour left here at Villa Park. Villa 1, Salzburg 2. Salzburg still outside the top 24 despite winning Villa in 4th at Singh. But if Villa score 2 goals, they will finish tonight top. If things stay the same, Cash's corner headed out the box from Diabate. Flicked on from the D from Bischoff. And now Dean forwards. The 2 fullbacks linking up. Now Cash cuts in from left. Cash swings in, headed in! And Villa are level. Tyro Mings, the captain, heads home. Well and truly game on here at Villa Park. And Villa, it's just so rare for them to lose on home soil. It was a cross in for Cash. I thought the goalkeeper was going to get to it, but Tyro Mings had other ideas. He beat Schlager to the ball, powerful header into the back of the net. It was a really nice cross and Cash on his right foot. And that was a great leap from Mings. And the goalkeeper would be disappointed with himself. Also, I have to say, Yannick Schuster just ball watching as well, not watching Mings. So 2-piece in, Salzburg straight back on the front foot. Is it Onisiwo now? A foul given against Musaio. That's a big dent for Salzburg. In the hopes of trying to get into the top 24, even though when they're winning it still wouldn't be enough. As things stand, but Aston Villa are now in 3rd behind Michelin on goal difference, but level on, so behind Lyon and Michelin on goal difference at the moment. Villa, everyone on 19 points. So goal for Villa, everything stays the same. Villa will win the league phase of the Europa League. So here is Mings, just over halfway for Dean. Dean now back for Bogard. Of course, though, Villa wants to be winning the trophy in May. It'd be nice then to, of course, finish top though the league phase, but of course that'd be the priority. Elliott tackled that. Elliott wins the ball, but it will be a throw. Elliott made the challenge on Kratzig. So throw for Salzburg to take. And Salzburg just need to keep their cool. Again, Villa going to push this. There will be chances for Salzburg to get them on the counter. Jadon Sancho off for Aston Villa. Ian Matson enters the stage. So it's Villa 2, Salzburg 2. 78 minutes on the clock here. It's actually Caden Young now on. Caden Young's the man who is on for Aston Villa. And so fantastic for Caden Young to get his appearance tonight, 20 years of age. For the fullback. So throw for Salzburg to take just over halfway. Gitana now. Kratzig looks to play it down the left, headed away from Lindelof. Salzburg have it back. B-strip lifts it towards EO. Again, held off from Conta. First time for Martinez. Now it's actually it's going to be pulled back for free kick for Villa. The foul from Mio. So free kick quickly taken by Aston Villa. Here's Mings. And now Dean. Back for Mings. Mings left-footed. It is Martinez, and now Conta goes short. Good pressing this in Salzburg. Cash forwards. Cut out though from Bischoff. Now Salzburg playing to a dangerous position, but Onisiwo loses his balance to number 9. And now Bogart could bring it towards halfway. Good control from Elliott. Harvey Elliott turns. He turns into trouble. Onisiwo with the tackle. Then coming across is Gimo to get it back for Villa. And now Villa over halfway with Dean. And Gimo gets beyond this man. In Truma, here comes Gimo. Gimo to the ball. Gimo tests the cross, it's blocked. And then cleared out the penalty area by Bistro. And he's past Mings midway in the Salzburg half. He's now on the left in attacking position. Time Mings running down left wing, but Dean opts to go and field to Lindelof. Bogart returns it to Lindelof, who's moved into midfield the second half. Lindelof when Conta came on for Onana. Again, Dean plays outside of his right boot. Rogers behind him for Gimo. Now here's Conta. Square for Cash. It's out on the right hand side now. Here's Caden Young. Lays it back. Cash drills it. Lovely pass. Switch of play to Dean from Cash. Now Dean's cross in. Headed away from Schuster. Ball still open up inside the box. Rogers flicks it. Dean edge of the area. Dean to Bogard. Villa. Again, can he get the ball into the box? Rogers hits it low. Cleared away though for Diabate. And Sota Gatano. Okay, just clears his line. Salzburg can't get out their own half. Salzburg have got to score if they've got a chance of getting inside the top 24. Two-piece here with just under 10 minutes of normal time remaining. There's a foul halfway on Matty Cash, which was right in front of the referee, Roy Sagi. So free kick for Villa to take just in front of halfway. Cash. Again, now that's a lovely ball. Drilled out to Dean. Dean now. Pass it towards left-hand side of the box. Gimo, miss control, but Gimo has the ball cleared off him, but cleared away from Diabate out the box now. Dropping deep is Onisiwo to get it. Now long from Truma, too high though. But carry him. Onisiwo. It's back here with Mings. There's only going to be one winner. Where the game's going, it's going to be Villa. As Salzburg can change the tide. Two-piece here at Villa Park. Square from Consta to Mings. Mings on halfway. Drop it deep is Gimo. Bogard in the centre circle. Plays that behind of Yeo and Onisiwo to Cash. Young cuts in. Little step over from Caden Young. Now Young right-footed. Now Mings out with his left to Dean. Dean cuts in. Links up with Bogart, with Gimo. Back for Mings. Level with the centre circle. Again, Jamaldine Gimo. 30 yards and goal now. Inside left. Villa building slowly. Have a wall of red and white shirts to beat. Again, back pass from Bogart to Mings in the centre circle. 8 minutes to go. Normal time at Villa Park. Villa 2, Salzburg 2. A winner for Villa, as things stand, would take them into top spot of this league phase table. Dean inside here for Gimo. Tiny feet for Gimo. And Gimo slits me to the shot on with his right foot. Cleared away from Schuster. And now given away from Bistro. Alash Begovic fighting to get it. Oh, sorry, it was a Bishop fighting to get it. Loses out. Now Rogers here for Cash. Cash drills it low, but saved the right foot of Schlager. It's near post. Cash blasted that as hard as he could. Schlager denies him. Now Salzburg just slowing things down at the moment. Yannick Schuster. Somali Diabate. Left-footed. Here's Kwaku Gadu. So Villa had 64% of the ball tonight. Probably unsurprising, of course. Villa being the home side. And of course the way they like to play at home, and incredible home record Villa have got. It's long from Schlager. A bicycle kick away from Cash. Control from Rogers. Now Rogers dispossessed. And now here's So it's like Gaetano. Came on Isor, has support now in Bischoff. Bischoff, can he cut in and maybe take on a shot? Bischoff looks to dink it into the box, takes deflection, clear from the D from Cash. Header forwards from Diabate, but calm header from the D. Down from Mings to D. Bergard back for Mings. Now, Salzburg just retreating a bit. Mings long, ball over top with his left foot. Rogers making the run down the inside left. Again, facing away from goal, Rogers out that left wing. Now Dean back to Rogers, still in that same place. Again, just prods it behind him for Dean. Villa, just over 25 yards on goal with Bogard. And now here's Lindelof, the conter. Out to the right hand side, Villa in the attacking third. Young tells Cash to leave it. Now Young back for Cash. Cash pass into the box, little flick there for Lindelof. They'll just go into the path of Schlager, left hand side of his area. What a game this has been at Villa Park though. And he still feel like we've got a winning goal here. Set up perfectly for the last 5.5 minutes plus stoppage time. Gaetano dropping deep inside. Now for Diabate, plays low pass to Musa Yeo. Yeo on halfway. Now Yeo striding forward, slows himself down. Has Clement Bischoff in support. Yeo cuts in. Yeo right footed. Now here is Truma. Diabate. Flick forward on Iswo. Cut out from Conte. Getting away though for Diabate. And Iswo from the D to Diabate. Diabate deflected shot. Took the sting out the ball though. And it was pretty simple for A. Martinez to get down to his right hand side. So overarm throw from Martinez out to the left to Dean. 5 minutes remaining here at Villa Park. Villa 2, Salzburg 2. And even if Salzburg were to score winning goal as it stands, it wouldn't be enough to get in the top 24. Rogers trying to turn on the left. It's played back now into the feet of Schlager. But a winner for Villa, and they would move into top spot. They're currently in third at the moment. Lyon, Michelin and Villa all tied on 19 points. Here is Salzburg, just over halfway now. Truma whips the ball towards the box, but well caught there from Emi Martinez. And Martinez overarm throw with the right arm, just a little flip back from Elliott. Nice touch from Cash, but Cash now dispossessed from Bischoff. And now Salzburg can move up the pitch. Yeo cuts inside, Musa Yeo slows himself down. And Bistro back for Yeo. Can he take on the shot? Yeo 25 yards on goal. Square for Truma. Truma now for Diabate. Just over 25 yards on goal, right in the middle. And now Schuster. Schuster trying to keep his balance. Schuster gets the pass away. Almost found Bistro. Clear from D. Now fall just behind halfway for Rogers. Now Villa can spring an attack. Rogers goes to the right hand side to Young. Young now, left hand side, right hand side of the box. Young, low ball in. A chance for Sheba! And Aston Villa have turned things on its head. What a European night for the Villains. And it's the youngster, the 19-year-old Geraldine Gimo with the finish. Just rolled it in to the back of the net. Corner shot, no, actually, sorry, it was a brilliant finish there for Geraldine Gimo. Step of the right foot, calmly rolled it beyond the reach of Alexander Schlager, and that is good night, surely, for Salzburg in the Europa League. And Villa heading to the top of the tree. Well, that's short-lived. Lyon have scored at the same time against Palke, but still, Villa looking set to end on a high. It was Rogers to Young. Gimo made the run forwards. What a ball from Young across the Gimo. The two youngsters linking up. What a moment for the pair of them. Lovely low balling for Young. Gimo ran onto it. That was just a very cool finish there. With the right foot, just passed it in, Geraldine Gimo. And a moment that he has dreamt of, scoring a senior goal for Aston Villa, European night as well. Take a bow, Geraldine Gimo. And it is Aston Villa 3, Salzburg 2. Geraldine Gimo off the mark for Aston Villa. Now Villa get the ball back from the Salzburg restart. Now Gimo, oh, he's on a high, he's lost the ball there. Here's Musaio. 30 yards and goal, clips it towards the box, headed away from Mings. Salzburg now, surely heading out the Europa League. Here is Salzburg just passing it on the right-hand side. Now Mads Biestrup. Biestrup into the feet of Gadu. Gadu coming forwards. And now Truma. Truma just plays it behind him. It's gone and filled now to Bischoff. Again, Schuster forwards. And now Catano cuts in. It's prodded into the box by Biestrup. That just rolls out of play for a goal kick to Aston Villa. Now closing in on a victory to see off this league phase campaign. But Lyon, yeah, just a reminder, they are 3-2 in front themselves against. Okay. So Emi Martinez with a goal kick to take. Oh, Gitano came off, and Yaegard on for these remaining minutes for Salzburg. Diabate also came off, so double substitution, and Lukic on in his place. So here is Bogard on the right-hand side. Bogard hits it down the line, didn't take deflection though. So throw now taken, lifted from Biestrup, flicked off on Isiwo. Yo trying to get him behind, but that's good covering there for Mings to play it back to Emi Martinez. And now Martinez, would he just go long? Would he just maybe go short to the skipper, Mings, who's recovered brilliantly by the way, made that mistake for the Salzburg opener, but got the Villa equaliser. Whip from Concert, finds Dean. Luca Dean cuts in. Stroke back from Gimo to Mings. And now it is A. Martinez, right foot on top of the ball. Short for Esri Concert. Yeah, back to his goalkeeper. Martinez square, controlled on the stretch from Concert. Again, Villa just calm with the ball, looking to see out this victory. Could they maybe even have a chance to wrap it up? Villa just playing keep ball there. Martinez to Lindelof. Here's Concert again, Victor Lindelof. On the half turn now, square here for Matti Kasha. Minute the 3, stoppage time played. Rodgers turns on halfway. Tiny feet from Rodgers, here comes Rodgers gliding forwards, but Schuster gets across just to smack it out. Fourth throw in here. Salzburg are not going to score 2 goals in 2 minutes. So they're definitely heading out of the Europa League, but even then, there's somehow were to actually, if they were to actually do it, score those goals, they'd still go out on goal difference anyway, Salzburg. So Mings slips. Ball goes out to the right, controlled there from Young, who assisted that. Sure, that will be a Gimo winner. So over midway inside the 3 minutes of stoppage time, Young fight to get the ball off the left back of Salzburg, and it will be a free kick for Salzburg. Kratze was just pulled there. So free kick for Schlager to take. Well, can Salzburg at least get a point from this? Got a minute to go. Schlager short. Here is Kwaku Gadu. Again, floats over halfway. But now Dean collects really well. Lovely first start from Dean. Dean's tackle. Kelf Dean. Last the challenge was made from Truman. No. In fact, actually, it's been given in Aston Villa's favour as a free kick. Truman just caught the ankle of Dean. Dean now floats it towards the path of Rodgers, but then shoots it across, head it away. Header forwards from Bogard. Gimo's header lifted from Bogard. Good touch from Elliott on the inside right. And now Villa with Young. Can they see this one off? Young's crossing. Header for Gimo. That combination trying to strike again, but Gimo just got caught on the ball, that header. We have now just 10 seconds remaining of stoppage time. Villa 3, Salzburg 2. Salzburg almost there. Again.